All right, we're live. We are live at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Time here on May 11th, 2022, the anniversary of the auction of VeeFriends to deploy the Jeremy Knows NFT smart contract. Wow. I'm so excited. Like the timing of this is so fun for me. And my friend Rax, who developed this smart contract and was so kind to customize it for me and is going to help me deploy it. And he and I are going to hop on the phone. He's going to talk me through it, and we're gonna jam. We're gonna do it. So here we go. Wow, I'm so excited. I just sent him the invite link. We'll be live in just a second. Oh my God, this is so cool. This is so cool. Let me see if I can I share the picture slides from my computer? Yeah, let me airdrop this picture to my desktop and upload a file, and it'll be in my downloads, right? Oh no, it's only letting me do PDF. Maybe if I open it as a window. I just want to show you guys the pre-reveal artwork. So let's see if it'll let me share this. Dun dun. Yeah. So here it is. This is going to be the, let me get rid of this overlay so you can see it. Voila! Pretty simple. I'm going to bring up Rax, who's our smart contract developer. He's gonna walk me through launching the contract. Hey Rax, good to see you.
Hello there. Am I live now? Could you guys
You're
see
live.
me?
You're live. We've got 9 people watching. Teacher, Peg, Cam, Liza. We're all here. We're ready.
Exciting. Let's do this.
Dude, it's so exciting. So I've actually done this once before. So I'm not completely green, but you're gonna have to walk me through step by step, and like I told you, I think the educational value for everyone to just see what this looks like is probably really great.
Perfect. So to get
So
started, you'll
send
want to.
me? Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say to get started, we could just go into the test contract, the one we tested on testnet. If you have that,
Cool.
if not, I could send
Yep.
it to you.
Yep. Let me grab it. I've got so many tabs open right now. It's right
Same.
here. Yeah, let me just share this screen. So here it is. This is the test contract.
Perfect. All right. So all we have to do is copy the
Copy this
entire
code here.
contract. Yeah, and there's a button here on the right hand side that
This one.
ensures you copy everything. Yep.
Cool.
All right, and then we'll want to go ahead and open up Remix. I believe it's remix.org.
Remix.org.
That is not the one.
Okay. Remix.ethereum.org.
Yep, .ethereum.org.
Cool. Man, this is so exciting.
All right, so
Awesome.
here what we'll want to do.
Make sure I'm in the right wallet first.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, I'm in the right wallet.
And what we'll want to do is under the contracts folder on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Here we'll want to right-click and create new file. And then you could call it jeremy.sol or whatever we're calling the contract. And .sol is just the extension. Yep.
Cool.
Perfect. And then we'll, go ahead and paste that code in there.
Cool.
And pretty much is everything we were playing with in testnet. So unless you
Mhm.
wanted to change anything on testnet, we're good to go.
No, I think we're good. And yeah, at a later date, because there's a lot of code here. Like for those, like on the side, you can see there's a lot going on here. It'd be great to have you back a little later and just like step through it a little bit and give people an idea of like I have a basic. I want to be careful not to change anything, but like function call, target, like I have a sense of how these things interact with each other. But I think it'd be fun to see like where the burning function is and like how stuff works.
Yeah, I think that's a good educational video we could make. And I think the actual code itself, it's not really much to learn from unless you're actually trying to develop. But the function side and on the Etherscan UI, I think is more legible or more readable. So we could definitely explain it from that side as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna actually delete all this and repaste it just in
Good
case.
idea.
Um, cool. So that's that.
All right. So then what we'll do is go to the left-hand side where there's a like a refresh icon more towards the left
This one?
pane. Yep. Perfect. And then here, what we're going to do is select, that's going to be our compiler. So that's fine. And all we're going to do is hit compile gen o.sol, which is your file all the way at the bottom.
Compile.
Yep. And this is going to get the file ready to deploy. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down to the deploying section, which is going to be here on your left-hand side.
This one.
Yeah. And then before we deploy to mainnet, let's go ahead and just do one last deployment to a testnet. So
Okay.
what we'll want to do is change the environment on the top here where it says JavaScript VM, and just want to make sure, click that.
To this one.
Yeah. I don't see the options if they're popping up.
Oh, it says London, Berlin, injected Web3 provider, hard hat provider, Ganache provider, and Wallet Connect.
I think it's injected. Let me just do it on mine. Usually have the options right in front of me.
It's also dawning on me, I'm probably going to need to transfer some Ethereum to this wallet to deploy as well.
Correct. You will need gas. And we could also wait until gas dips, but I think it's pretty low today. All right. So yeah, you'll want to do, if we want to do testnet, we'll do injected Web3.
Okay.
And then we'll want to change it to the Rinkeby network on your wallet so that your wallet's under the Rinkeby network.
Got it. It's asking me to connect. So I'm actually just going to connect my minting wallet because I have Rinkeby ETH there. And then I'll swap back for the there we go.
And
Connect here. And then switch over to Rinkeby. Okay, I'm on Rinkeby now.
Perfect. And then if we, you already connected, right? I didn't see that portion. Perfect. And then if we hit deploy.
Cool. Yeah, y'all can't see my pop-up, but I've got a signature contract deployment. Gas estimation is 0001. Great. Love that.
Yeah, the test network is not a good estimator of mainnet.
Yeah, makes sense. So I guess I can come back here and look at the transaction.
Yeah, or it would actually give you a completed transaction notification on Remix as well.
This says mint. Oh, let me see.
Yeah, I think you could click on that link right there.
Which link?
Right there. Yeah, on the green. Yeah, right there.
Oh, this one. Oh, I see view on Etherscan. So it's doing its thing. Contract creation. Dude, this is so fun.
There it is. I'm excited for you, Jeremy. I'm happy.
Okay, successful.
All right. So then what we could do is if you wanted to actually test this one out, just from the contract perspective, just for the sake of I would much rather test one more time than not.
So copy here and take it over to the test net.
We could, yeah. So what we'll need to do is actually, validate the contract. So if you go into the contract section here, yep. And then there should be a link that says verify and publish. Yep, right there. In blue. All right. So this is going to be everything that we pretty much set for before deploying. So compiler type, if you select here, and I'm not looking at, I can't see the pop-ups, but this number is going to be the same number if we go back to Remix here, the tab. And you go to the deployer section, that one right there, the one right above it. It's going to be, if you scroll up, it's going to be that one, 0.87 version compiler.
Okay. Here. The options it gives me are single file, multi-part, and standard JSON.
Oh, sorry, that's the next one. Then so this one's single file.
Cool. And then this one's going to be
the compiler version.
0.8, 0.7. Let me verify that. 0.8.7, E28D00. Yep, that's right.
Perfect. And then the license type, we're doing the MIT license.
Cool.
And that should be good. And one last thing here for the Solidity code, we're just going to paste that here. I think you should still have it on your clipboard.
Yeah,
if not, we'll just copy it directly from actual Remix.
Cool.
Perfect. And scroll down. We don't need anything for the ABI here. And just confirm we're not a robot.
Pass the test.
Yep, verify and publish.
Wow. And
then this should allow us to start interacting with the contract once validated. And it looks like it went through.
Cool.
All right.
You saw this warning, but it doesn't matter, I take it?
Yeah, let me double check. Let me see function. Yeah, I've had this warning before, but it's not an error. So you should be fine.
So now source code or?
So now if we go back to the contract, I believe you could click on the actual contract there.
Oh, I can click it. No, that's the hash, this one?
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So now we could actually interact with the contract. And this is more for you since you're going to be interacting with turning it on, turning it off. If you need to change the price. Let's see. Sorry, no public function. Okay, so what did we miss here?
The ABI.
The ABI didn't get generated. That should be fine. And okay, let me check it out here on mine.
In the meantime, I'm going to transfer some ETH to my deployer wallet.
Okay.
Do you think like 0.25 is enough? Or
I want to say for me it was 0.1, and that was when it was pretty busy. So right now it should be very less
cool.
than that. All right, so let's see here.
Go back to Rinkeby. I'm gonna check on the Twitch chat. What's up, everybody? People are hanging. This is fun.
Exciting times.
It is. Hey, Wolf of Wickham. I know. Rax with the ape face. I gotta make myself one of those. Did you commission that, or is that another thing you can do?
No, I commissioned this.
Yeah,
Definitely.
that's so cool, dude.
I could play around with Snapchat lenses, but not to the 3D level.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, Wade says gas is up. Let's check gas. Oh, gas is up. Gas is up to 250 right now. Interesting.
Wonder what's going on.
Something's minting. Or maybe ETH is getting a bounce.
Function state. Okay, so it looks like relevant source part starts here. Thinking we missed something when the deployment. Let me do a quick redeployment here.
Okay. This is why we do the test net.
Exactly. I would much rather test 2 or 3 times extra on testnet than deploy and pay the gas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I actually had to learn that the hard way. I was quick to try to deploy something, and I was just having fun learning, but it cost me some gas.
Yeah.
Okay, so I deployed this one. Let me go ahead and do the validation real quick. Same thing we did on your end, but just making sure I select the correct deployer.
As hyped as I was when this live started, I actually really like this this little lull in just work, because it's, you can make it glamorous, but it's work.
Yeah, definitely. This is my 3rd contract that I'm launching technically, as far as trying to not only my own but helping others. And for some reason, I always find something new. Okay, so yeah, I'm encountering the same issue you are. Let me see.
It makes me wonder what people did before remix.org.
You could do it on your own deployer, and that one I can't even explain how that works, but using your own local machine and deploying it directly.
Mm.
And I think I might have messed up my laptop a few times trying to go that route.
Because it takes a lot of power.
Yep. And I just downloaded too many resources at one time and just not knowing what I'm doing.
Yep.
So having it online is much easier. What I'm gonna do is copy that same code. I wasn't getting that error on the other end, on the other test code. So
$1,300 lines of code.
yeah, the most important part is mainly at the bottom of the types of functions that you want to add.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and I see it added the verification and everything directly in.
What do you mean? Let's see.
You can imagine as code gets more more user friendly and more like built into primary education, that like people would read this code the same way they would read a storybook, you know.
That would be amazing.
That's
I
kind of
actually I think from a developer standpoint, for at least for development to become mainstream, it does need more of a UI
yeah.
component to it, and
Yeah.
that comes with its limitations because you do have to put certain constraints in it.
Mm.
But I personally, I wouldn't consider myself a developer where I could code out everything out of the top of my head. I could put pieces together, which is kind of what I consider myself. I give props to those that actually develop from scratch.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like one little thing out of place, and the function doesn't work.
Yep. I've had when I was taking classes, the biggest pet peeve was forgetting a comma or a semicolon in a
Mhm.
300 piece code of line, a line of code, and yeah,
Mhm.
that's fun times. All right, so I'm just going through it. This is not very exciting,
Don't worry
but
about it, dude. There was just a snapshot for the Red Devil. Did you get in on the Red Devil or the other character raffles?
no, I decided to play the secondary instead of accumulating the book games.
Dude, it was a good choice. Like looking at some of the numbers, like, you know, nobody could have predicted some of the events outside of the VFriends ecosystem that
I
affected
agree.
the prices. But like if you sold your book games at 0.5 and held 2.5 ETH and let it shake out, didn't jump in like day one when there were like some volatility, or even if you bought pre-reveal, you know, you could have pocketed an ETH for every series one you bought. But even if you waited now, you would have like really had a margin and still would have had plenty of ETH to buy new characters, which are all like at or below 2 ETH. It's like, it's very interesting.
I'm actually surprised that the floor for the new characters is below 2. Or I've seen one, if I'm not mistaken, I've seen a few at like 1.8, 1.5.
Yeah, and definitely a bunch of offers being accepted around like 1.5.
Right. Yep.
And it's interesting. I mean, at this point, it's definitely better to burn because you're doubling the value of your book games versus having them in this moment. But
Right.
yeah, I think like Gary commented the other day, he's like, the new characters deserve to be held for a while because they just haven't had the chance at all. You know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, VFriends 1, if I recall, this is what actually is kind of interesting. VFriends 1 had the same kind of length of minting process as far as the Dutch auction went. And it
Yeah.
also went through a phase where if you bought at the beginning of the minting, you technically, if I recall, it was almost at 4,000. ETH was almost at 4,000, and then
Yeah.
it dipped close to 2,500. I want to say
Yeah.
towards the end of that.
Even lower. We saw it drop to like 17, 18. Like it spiked down there, but like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it kind of makes me bullish on V2 as well. It's I'm reliving version 1, and it's kind of around the same time of year too.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I don't it'll be interesting to check in with series 2. Let me think. It launched what was the first minting day? I guess it was supposed to be April 15th, but it got delayed until like the 20. No, I think it was supposed to be like April 12th, and then it got delayed until the 17th or the 18th. But anyway, mid-April. So it'll be interesting to check in around May, June, July, August. Because I mean, who knows where the market will be in August, but it was 4 months after the VFriends 1 launch where Series 1 hit their peak. And
Right.
you know, so many factors. Like I wouldn't expect it to be the same in terms of time frame, but it'll nonetheless be interesting, especially post VCon, post a little bit of a lull where Gary's probably going to go off the radar a bit in July and recover, like literally hibernate for a few weeks to get to
Yep.
catch up. And then August is famously Gary's month to go really hard. Like every August, he posts some content where he's like, "Look, school's out. People are looking to have fun, relax during the summer. But if you want it, like this is the month to grind because you can change the trajectory of the end of the year. Like if you were on a trajectory to have like a plateau or a lull into the holidays, you can use the 30 days of August to level up and find yourself in a better place." So I'm pretty sure he's going to go hard in August, and it'll set up whatever's going to happen. Like I can only imagine Halloween, Thanksgiving, and all the holidays have major plays this year that they didn't have last year.
I agree, and I think based on NFT NYC and every event that went down, it seems at least that way that any big project that had a successful event, like Gary Vee had a couple meetups with his, in unofficial at least, but they were successful nonetheless, and it caused those projects to go up. So I'm definitely excited for that time.
Yeah. Man, it'd be so great. Like it would just be really satisfying because like people shit on VFriends a lot for
Yep.
it to outplay the market a bit as things are going into the lull. But yeah, VCon
Okay.
shaping up. Go ahead.
So I think I found the issue, and it's just it's not the code itself. It's just the fact that we selected the wrong contract to deploy. So when we're selecting the dropdown, if you want to share your screen on,
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so here if we go to the deploy the refresh on the yeah, so let's go ahead and compile it. And then once compiled, let's go to the deploy Ethereum looking like thing on the left. Yep. And here, instead of selecting address, contract gen 0.0 on the contract, yeah, go ahead. And I can't see the drop down, but the one that we're going to want,
721A burnable.
no. So we want to incorporate the entire contract. And that's going to be,
I've got
it should say,
Jeremy contracts / gen.sol
I want to
ownable.
say it's that one. It should be the name of your file and the name of your folder, I believe. So let me. I can't see
So
your
probably
drop
this
down.
one.
Oh yeah. If
I also have ownable.
no, so it shouldn't be the ownable.
So
It should be the one. Yeah, Jeremy. Let's go with this one.
Yeah, because this one.
Yeah, we could actually verify fairly quickly. So if you deploy that one.
Cool.
Yep. And then, yeah, once it's successful, we should see the actual functions on the left-hand side.
This is kind of funny. Creation of Jeremy pending.
You're being born again in the metaverse,
Born
in the
again.
blockchain.
All right, so it's confirmed. Should I go to Etherscan?
So here on the left-hand side, are you able to scroll down now? Yeah, and then expand that contract there. There we go. So here are all your functions.
Yeah.
You can technically mint if there's a mint
here.
function right there. Yep. And then if you expand that, it's gonna give you. Let me see. This is fairly small for me. Giveaway. Oh, there we go. Yep. So yeah, go ahead and mint one. And then
gas estimation failed.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Cancel.
Yeah, cancel. So what we could do here is remove this one here. Or minimize it, I mean. Sorry. Yep. And then go under the giveaways just to, that giveaway. Go ahead and mint to your address, to the one that we just played with. And just one. Yep.
Okay, that worked. Paying gas.
Cool. And then we should see this go through on, we should be able to see it at least in testnet on OpenSea testnet. And then it looks like it's minting the.
Oh, it's this one actually.
Okay, so I think we forgot to point it to the new.
To the new metadata.
Yes, I want to say so.
Nice. These are exactly the reasons we test.
Yep. And then one last thing, if you go, actually, we could just update it here, which is good walkthrough as well. So it would be the set base URI.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get you that string here real quick.
Yeah. So when I want to update, when I want to do the reveal, I'll do it here.
Correct.
That's so cool.
Okay.
If people are watching this, I love you. Also, if you have questions, feel free to say so. Do you know what URI stands for?
I don't off the top of my head.
Oh, let's find out.
I probably should, though.
Uniform Resource Identifier is a short string containing a name or address which refers to an object in the web. Yeah, checks out.
Okay, so just.
Gas is coming down a bit. Love to see that.
Okay, so the URI that we're going to use should be this one here. Does this have a chat?
It does. Yeah, there's a private chat. I think it'll be on your right.
Okay. There it is. Yep. So we'll just copy that and paste it to your into that function. And then what we'll do is actually update this so that the starting URI is pointing to this one. That way we don't have to update the.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pending. That's done. So I should be able to refresh this.
Yeah.
Might not be so instant. Should we do this? Should we do this one too? Is the reason this is red is because of the gas estimation?
Let me see. Gas estimation. And I think we were actually using the mint function. Let me see. If you click on that, it should be asking for a price as well to actually pay the amount. So let me see, unless we might have, I don't think we missed that function, but let me go back and check.
Well, there's the metadata update.
Did that go through?
Yeah, it looks great.
And then the actual properties are there as well. If you scroll down,
properties look good.
Cool. And then for the
not here.
Yeah, so I was gonna say for the description and the actual banner, you do that on so on OpenSea, you could actually click create on the top right, and you'll create a collection under your oh, you already have it. Perfect.
No, I think it made this automatically.
Yeah, I see. And then you would edit it here to add the description under the edit function.
So it lets me edit the collection description, but it doesn't let me edit the token description.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that was definitely need to be added to the metadata.
Okay, cool.
That was not added. Correct. Okay. So I will need to create a new metadata.
Oh man, did you see the tweets about Coinbase today?
As far as related to VCon or?
No, I saw somebody saying that their maximum withdrawal limit was reduced from $35,000 to $1,000 daily.
Oh, wow. I did not.
Meaning, now I haven't verified this, so nobody go and run like this. This is literally just tweets, but which means that Coinbase liquidity is low.
Right. No bueno.
Did you see Nirvana's message here? They sent you props. It's like working with the CEO standing over your shoulder.
Yeah, this is fun.
It's not that much pressure. This is an incredibly ceremonial soft launch.
I love the pressure though.
I love it.
Okay. So then for the description,
You want me
what
to send you the text?
yeah, if you have the text, that would be. Do you have the actual file or?
I just have the plain text.
Okay, I'll add it to the file then.
Yeah, let me. It's actually right here on the testnet. I'll show everybody. Yeah, I'm sure I'll update this at some point, but it's just nice to keep it simple for now.
I agree.
I just sent it to you in the private chat.
All right, perfect.
I'll send it to the public chat too. I really like this double entendre of calling it a token of gratitude, because that's like a turn of phrase.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know how it dawned on me. Like, I think it was kind of connected to the gratitude gorilla and like also me just literally being grateful. And then I was like, well, it's kind of awkward to like pay for a token of gratitude. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I was like, well, it's not the perfect metaphor or whatever. But I think long term it plays out really nicely. Because, you know, whether there's like 500 of these or 2,000 of them, whatever, it's going to be very interesting to see how many tokens, Gen Zero tokens of gratitude are circulating in like a year or so.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Especially, are you planning on doing more mints, or this is going to, or I guess it's tied into Gen Zero, right?
Well, this is alpha, but the next thing that, so the main priority, well, order of operations is like, make this easy to acquire. There's a lot of people who want to support me and I could use the support. And like, I want to hire some people to help me like really make sure this capital gets injected in the most efficient way. And some like 60% of the capital for the company is going to be needed in reserve just to pay for the SMS tech service, because it costs 0.0075 per Quiet Storm has an edit. He says, this is a token of gratitude. The owner of this token, wait, you wanted to say has provided? Quiet Storm, are you saying that you would change is to has? There's two is's in this description. The owner of this token has. Oh, I guess they're saying to substitute is provided for has. That's fair. I see that.
All right. So you're saying change has provided.
Wait, let me just read this out loud. The owner of this token is provided access to the utility and services outlined at the website starting July. Versus the owner of this token has access to, is provided access to, has access to. The owner of this token is provided. Now I'm really overthinking this. What does she say? She says it's fine. We're gonna keep it as it is. Anyway, order of operations is get this token available, then create quality content to describe the features and the immediate promises. Then start working on that immediate promise, which is the SMS tech service. I was saying before I got distracted that a large portion of the revenue is going to sustain the SMS service because it costs 0.0075 cents per message, which means that every mint provides for about 400 messages per week for 1 year. Which sounds like a lot, but if there's like a lot of back and forth, or if it happens to be a busy week, like we're still working on the cost models of how that works out. So we're putting a lot extra in reserve for that as a just in case. Now, in the background, there are riskier options for sustaining revenue, like, and it just depends on the volume of the project. Like if the project gets to like 100 ETH, that's like the kind of volume that you could put into a low risk staking situation, and the staking rewards could be enough to pay for the monthly cost of the SMS service. But until we have those real numbers, I can't really know. And I'd rather not go into like the riskier versions of that, which are like DeFi and like going to people I know in the space who are like total degens and doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's just always a like, my barometer is always like the organization should be much more risk averse, much less risk tolerant than I am. and I'm pretty risk tolerant. But as soon as that's like on track, before even setting up the burn mechanism, this is like the alpha, which will live in this video and 8 people, so I'm not really concerned, is like setting up a smart contract. I don't know if it's done with one smart contract or I redeploy it per claim, but setting up a smart contract for a free claim for anybody who has these tokens, so that when there's an artist collaboration or I create something or something comes up that I want to give back with, the infrastructure is already in place to say, if you have a token of gratitude, go get it,
Yeah.
But I don't want to promise any of that stuff because, as we've talked about at length, it's just like I want to focus on the service and allow for the surprise to play out, because like for me, it's much more important for people to know like where the money's going and how the SMS service is going to like adapt to the market, as opposed to like make promises about art, because I can provide art. Like I can make art myself. I know a lot of artists. And given resources, I can pay those artists to make sick shit, but I can't promise that art is going to be worth anything in ETH. I can give you a bunch of keepsakes, but like I'm not going to be able to create demand like a Serum or a Bean, or you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my thought.
I'm excited for your project. You definitely have a lot of avenues of different ways you could take it, and no rush. I love the no rush to it.
Yeah.
So I just sent
you IPFS.
Yes, I didn't. I just remember I left the wording as it was. I don't
Good.
know if you want.
I'm not worried about it. Yeah.
All right. So we'll just do the same thing here and just update it here. In where is it?
Base URI.
Set base URI. Yep.
Okay. Transacting. What is this? Listen on all transactions if checked.
Pretty much going to show you every line by line of what's interacting with the contract.
Oh, like when people mint and transfer and do all that. Okay, interesting. Cool. So that went through. We can
let's hit refresh.
Let me go back to the actual contract. A little refresh. OpenSea's been getting faster, I've noticed. Like
less busy.
Well, yeah, I guess that's probably it too. But like for as much as we like bag on OpenSea, Broken Sea and all the rest.
Yeah.
It actually I like the metadata push and things like OpenSea, you're not looking good, OpenSea.
So I don't know. Well, I guess we won't know until we seen the transaction go through, right?
Yeah, the transaction went through.
Okay. And the other thing we could do is just click that IPFS and see where it's pointing at. So if we go back to that link that I sent you, or that
oh yeah, just this
URI.
one.
Yeah. So you'll want to go ahead and type in like a provider, a gateway provider first. So it'll be something like gateway.pinata. That's the one I typically go with. And then .cloud with the / and then you paste that. And you'll want to remove this colon after the IPFS. Let me see. Yep, you got it. Yep. Okay,
I see the description there.
Description is there. And then just to verify, could you verify that it's pointing to the correct image? It should be. I didn't change any of that.
Oops. I could just type. So I do the same thing.
Yeah, I usually just duplicate the other gateway and or tab and swap that.
Got it. Oops.
Yeah, you could actually just copy the UID without the yep.
Like this.
Exactly. Yep.
Looks good.
Yep. Cool. All right. So yeah, let's give OpenSea another shot. See if it refreshed. No description. Okay.
I think it's just OpenSea.
Let's because I'm pretty sure it does have to be part of the IPF of the metadata, but if you change the collection as well, does that mess around with that portion, or does it mess around with the actual details?
That changes this.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we could give it some time, see if that brings it in.
Yeah. How should we update? So now that we've changed it here, is it changed here? Like if I copy this code for the mainnet deployment, it'll be
Not yet. So it did update it, but it didn't actually update the code itself. So what we'll want to do is do Control F on your machine, or Command F if you're on Apple, and then do IPFS, and
here.
then that's where yeah. So that should be. Is that the most recent one?
This one, yeah.
Okay. So we'll copy that and overwrite. Yeah, overwrite that.
And should I add that / back?
Yeah, it should end with it. Yep. And then what I would actually recommend doing is just running it one more time with everything that's finalized, and just ensuring that we could just copy and paste that over to mainnet. I don't like doing edits and then not testing those edits without.
So if I select all this, copy it, should I make a new folder, or should I just redeploy?
No, yeah. So what you'll do is, if you go to the left under the refresh, yeah. So we'll recompile it, which it looks like it already did, but we'll recompile. And then we'll go to the deploy section. And yeah, so we'll select, yep, and then hit deploy. And then so we don't get confused, let's go ahead and close out the other contracts on the left, bottom left.
This one.
Yeah, we'll close these out. And I think that other one as well, unless that's the recent one.
No, this is
that was the first one.
Right, the ones where the options didn't show.
Yep.
Yeah, it's pending right now. Man, this is so cool. This is such like a cool interface. So I could deploy multiple contracts and they'd all just live right here.
Exactly. And actually, you could interact with contracts here. So if you have an actual mainnet contract that you
Uh-huh.
want to play around with, you could play around with all the functions here, exactly like what you're doing.
Wow.
All
So
right.
the
So
minting is still not giving us a price.
so actually, what I realized, try doing. Let me see. It's asking for unit 20656. So and
It
it's
actually has unit spelled wrong.
yeah. So it's not unit. It's unassigned integer in the
Oh,
actual code.
nice.
Yeah, I had to learn that the hard way. I used to spell unit all the time. But let's go ahead and it should be point one. So let me test something real quick.
So the actual name of the NFT is going to be the number of the mint.
Correct. What it's gonna be their token ID.
Cool.
So let me see. What did I want to do? Okay, so
Ooh, the versatile Viking results are coming up.
are you in that one?
Yeah, dude, I went so heavy on book games. I went beyond advisably heavy on book games.
I love it. I seen you doing those moves. It was awesome to see the conviction.
Yeah, man, I'm really glad I did, because it's it's made it all the more fun for me to like really follow closely, you know.
Right. Yep.
And even though it doesn't have all the attention right now as everybody's into Series 2, it is still like I think the best onboarding tool into VeeFriends. Like, you especially at these prices, like you can actually own something VeeFriends
Right.
pretty cheaply, which is cool.
Okay, so for the mint, let me see. It's showing on my end that we are able to execute it.
Should I give it a shot?
Yeah, go ahead and give it a shot on your end.
It says the execution will likely fail. Do you want to force sending?
No, there's something wrong with that gas thing. Okay, let me try something else. We might have deployed the different. No, yours says Jeremy contract. Oh, yep, that should be the right one. All right.
Yeah, Eli, I think I will do a giveaway for my own project. Yeah. I'm gonna mint. I'm gonna mint the first 5, and
Oh,
then
nice.
when the when the minting period is done, I will mint. I'm keeping this number fluid. I think it depends on how many are minted a bit, but I'm planning to mint an additional 10%. So if there are 100 tokens minted, I'll mint 10 for myself for giveaways and stuff. But maybe I'll do 15 and do 10% for me and 5% for giveaways. I think I haven't really landed on that yet. So yes, I'm gonna do giveaways. And I think I gave a lot of consideration to like giving free mints to different projects, considering like just considering a lot of things and people who have supported me in groups I'm a part of, from VDAO, VFAMDAO, even like random communities that I really like. I thought about them and I was like, okay, well, I could give 50 here or 150 there, but it's like if I give some free mints to some groups, then I'll want to give them to like all the groups, and then suddenly I'm giving out over 1,000 tokens. And even if I pulled it all back and I was like, forget how generous I want to be, I'm just going to give away 55 and split them up against all these communities. I decided that ultimately the 0.05 liquid in my pocket was more valuable to the community than it being unspent, like, ghost savings. Because it's not like I'm putting that 05 in people's pockets, right? They're just benefiting from participating in like my ecosystem. And like there's definitely something to be said about that. But I think for me to build this, that 0.05 is way more valuable to me to deploy in the project than for them not to spend. It took me a while to get there, and I maybe didn't explain it the best, but I think that's actually very true. And so I will be doing some giveaways, but I'm not doing any like allow list free mints stuff. Oh, it's time for the results. All right. I actually won the octopus, so I feel like I don't deserve to win the Viking, but nonetheless, here's my poll. 3 out of 11. Nope. This guy sucks. This guy sucks. Yep. Womp womp. That's okay. It just means good luck heading into the devil and the spec, which I'm all for.
Which one were you definitely wanting to get, the clown or the devil?
Both.
Both.
Both, yeah. I mean, so Alex's favorite character is the devil, and my favorite is actually the Minakawa or the clown. I'm sorry, the Minakawa or the fairy. But the description still hasn't updated. But I'm really excited for the devil. Yeah, I think they all will have their play, but the clown has a special place in my heart. I think the fairy is probably a very powerful character. It's a little bit in line with the wizard and the sorcerer. Yeah. And yeah, the devil. The devil.
Does that have a play? I think I heard you or someone else saying that might have a play with wine as well, or champagne.
Oh no, I hadn't. No. Oh, like red wine.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what it was is that before we knew the token requirements, we were talking about the devil requiring champagne to burn.
There you go.
Champagne in France is called the devil's wine.
Gotcha.
Yeah. See you later, Peg.
So yeah, I'm getting that error here on my end, and I can't figure out where it's coming from.
Well, I can be super helpful here. So let me just review the code.
So what I'm actually doing is just comparing it to the one that we launched, or the one that was launched earlier, with the old metadata, because that one actually runs and it's transacting as it should.
Right.
And we didn't change any of the processes, so trying to see maybe just a simple colon or something got wiped out, or we're selecting the wrong contract to actually.
Should we just go back to the test contract?
Yeah, we could. So I actually have the test contract here with the old metadata, and if you go and run that one, I mean, it doesn't help us at all that it runs, but if we wanted to see how
because
it
the
works,
only thing we changed was the URI.
right? And the URI has nothing to do with the actual contract. It's I see. You're saying the base URI that we changed on the contract.
Yeah, I'm saying if I go back here, I'll share my screen. If I go back here to the contract and copy this code.
Yep.
And redeploy and substitute out the URI, then that should, because we didn't change anything else, right?
Nope.
I don't think so. Yeah, so we can go. So we can. We go here. I can just substitute out all this code.
Yeah, paste that in.
And then grab your URI. And Control F here.
Yep.
Oops. Must have a return. Well, I guess I could just delete. Yeah, that's fine.
There you go.
Okay. Then check this stuff. This is good.
Yep. Hit compile.
And
yep. That should be good.
Good.
Then this one's the old one. Yeah, so you'll need to deploy it again.
Deployed. Trash this one. So let that run. That's deployed, but our mint button is still red.
Yeah, then go ahead and click try minting. I'm gonna take a phone call real quick. 1 second.
No problem. Same problem. I'm trying to send the transaction.
One second, Jeremy.
Take your time, bud. Yep, like it said, the transaction did fail. Oh, because the public sale isn't active. Oh, I wonder if it's as simple as that. Let me see.
I'm back. Did you just say the cell isn't active?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, because it says here the public sale is not active is the reason why.
Yeah, so it has that toggle, and it should be
Status.
Yep. So status 2 is gonna be on. Yep. Thought I had set that up to be turned on as soon as we deployed.
Setting status. That's so funny.
And then if you go ahead and verify the status now, I think towards the bottom it should be there's like a status.
This one.
Yeah. Okay, so you have to set to 2. Now I'll try it.
Still says
no. Okay. Wait, so should be 2. No, and it wouldn't be that because when we test the giveaway, it actually works. If I'm not mistaken, try the giveaway on this.
The giveaway works.
Yeah, so the giveaway works. And
it's good that we're doing a giveaway because we can also check the description data.
Okay, so I think the status should be status equals 0 means pause. Yeah, 2 equals public. And the status is now at 2, right? Just confirming. Yeah, it's definitely not that. Okay, so that went through.
Yeah, let me see. Oh, interesting.
Did it?
I might have messed up the IPFS when I.
No, I think the description. Okay, so let me go offline. Let me work on modifying upgrading the IPFS and then seeing what I could do with the Mint process.
Okay.
See if I can get this done maybe like 20-30 minutes and I'll hit you up again.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll be here.
All righty.
Thanks, brother.
Yep.
See ya. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Just one second. All right, folks. So this is the dirt. It's good timing. I'm gonna feed my dog dinner. We're gonna regroup in like 30 minutes ish. See what Rax needs to do. Yeah, I know this isn't helpful for like a smooth launch, but I kind of like that it's not going super well. I'm like just learning a lot. Like I think I'll share my screen again. Like just being on Remix a little longer and sort of getting to know some of these functions is really cool. So like to recap a little bit, there's sort of two things going on. Number one, let's actually see if the other. So this one we minted, but we updated the IPFS and the description didn't update. IPFS is this metadata description. You can see we have the description, the image, the attributes, with the image being here. So it's stored on this interplanetary file system, this decentralized cloud service, essentially. But when we put it in the most recent testnet contract, it didn't filter the right information. So that's probably my mistake because I substituted this IPFS address. Actually, let me check. Let me actually save this IPFS in a note. And also, I don't want it to look like that. Let me do this. There we go. So like I can change the metadata by going to setting the base URI, and I can just put the string here and transact. But I did it in this code. I wonder if I could do, I don't need to mess with this. So one thing is the metadata. The other thing is this minting function is should in addition to quantity also provide a field for cost, and it's not allowing us to transact because there's an error with the gas estimation. So Rax isn't exactly sure what's causing that, given that the testnet contract does work. So like I think, is this the right one? Yeah, I think this is the right one. So like here, I can go to the right of the contract. I can go to mint. I can say I'm going to mint. I think he has it set at 0.09. I can mint 1 and write. Oh, and connect my wallet. And write. And I have a pop-up here to pay, the minting fee plus gas and confirm. And what I've done is I've just minted from contract. It's minted right now. And I'll do a slower tutorial of this because the first round of minting, or the earliest mints, will only go through contract because Marcelo, who's helping me with the front end, which allows for like a website pointing to the smart contract where you just hit the mint button and mint, he's busy today. So he'll be on later tonight. We're going to deploy that website aspect later tonight, tomorrow. And it's going to be a very crude website, just like very, very simple connect and mint. But over time, I want there to be more dynamics, animations, information. So you can see I just minted token number 18. Now, what's so interesting about this is, although the minting function on this test contract works, like we can see the token in my wallet here. Look, there it is right here. And it still didn't register the description, but it did register the artwork and the properties. Even though I copied this exact code to deploy into Remix, there's a problem with this minting function. So this is just the process of learning and adapting, and that's where we're at. So we're going to take a break. I believe I will come back on when we're going to deploy the contract. We'll just go live again. This is like my main priority today, so we're definitely going to get it done. And yeah, that's just like a recap. So thanks for hanging around. Appreciate you being here. Lisa says, okie dokie. Don't worry. Remember, we have to enjoy the process as well. This is already awesome to see the behind the scenes of a launch. Yeah, I totally agree. I was telling Rax, and like I said in the spaces today, education. Like, I love teaching in general, and a lot of this stuff is maybe a little shrouded in mystery, and like demystifying this is going to be a really enjoyable part. Like creating high quality Web3 blockchain, VFriends, NFT, crypto educational content is going to make this whole platform better and better and better. And it's going to make our community more proficient and stronger and like more reliable to other people who are coming into the space. And that's amazing. And it has the flip side benefit of, as those things are being developed and over time and the community growing, like specifically on my social platforms, then that should drive demand for the NFTs that everybody's so excited to mint from this project. So like it's a win, 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 win. And like education is, I'm passionate about it. So anyway, I think it's really great that we had these fumbles, and I appreciate the sentiment, Lisa, and we'll come back at it in 20, 30 minutes. So thanks for hanging. Quiet Storm agrees. Lisa agrees. Peg agrees. We're on to it. So yeah, thanks for hanging. Catch you soon. Mwah.